Most high-protein smoothies rely on protein powder, but in today's video, I'll show you how to use nutrient-dense ingredients to create free, delicious smoothies. We'll be using simple ingredients like beetroot, frozen berries, greens, and various types of seeds. And as usual, the recipes will be in the description with gram and cup measurements, plus a nutritional breakdown for every smoothie. No apps or external websites, you can get it right here on this video. Each smoothie has quite a different nutritional profile, so you can choose one depending on your needs. The first smoothie on this lineup is a blueberry cheesecake one, and it is absolutely delicious. It is also the highest protein out of all the three. Okay, so I'm using my smaller blender cup today to ensure I don't make these smoothies too big. Start by adding some soy milk, typically enriched with calcium, so great for bone health. Next up, we've of course got the frozen blueberries, rich in antioxidants, which of course gives them an amazing dark color. Now I was going to use silken tofu, but I couldn't find any, so I'm just adding some firm tofu to give this a nice protein boost. Let's try and get it in the blender. Lots on the floor. For a little sweetness, I'm going to add a couple dates, packed with fiber and vitamins, definitely better than just adding regular sugar. Next up, some lemon. I'm doing the zest and the juice. Lots of flavor in that zest, so don't leave it out. Tofu has a decent bit of iron in, so the vitamin C from this lemon and the blueberries is going to help you absorb that iron. It might sound strange, but just a tiny pinch of salt will just really bring out all the flavors in that smoothie, even if it is a sweet smoothie. And that is ready to blend. You could add a couple ice cubes as well, but since the blueberries are frozen, it should stay fairly cool. And then for the creamy part, we're going to just mix a little vegan yogurt with some vanilla essence. And I will just add a small squeeze of lemon as well, but not the seeds ideally. Just give that a quick whisk and that is ready to go. Into a glass, we're going to add half of the sort of vanilla yogurt. And you can just sort of brush this up the side of the glass in a kind of artistic way, or not even artistic really, just sporadic. Then go in with half of your blueberry mix. Then the second half of the yogurt. And the rest of the blueberry. And then with a straw, just give that a little swirl around. And there you go, that is your blueberry cheesecake smoothie. If you want to make it look slightly fancy, I've got a sort of granola sort of crumble here to sprinkle on top. Maybe if you're serving it to a friend or a family member, and then just a few frozen blueberries to finish. And there you go, that is a tasty and nutritious smoothie. It is blistering hot today, hence the vest and the sweat on my forehead. That is so good. Really, really tasty. You can't taste the tofu at all, and it gives it a great protein boost. I definitely recommend adding the vanilla and the lemon essence. It really gives it that blueberry cheesecake vibe. Today's actually one of the cooler days, but it is still 28.5 degrees in the living room, which is pretty toasty for the UK. Poppy is not a huge fan of the heat, but we have got her a nice little paddling pool to cool off in. She's just enjoying some frozen carrot at the moment. One of her favorites. Next up is the green recharge smoothie. It is packed with nutrient-dense ingredients, perfect for sustained energy and just overall nutrition. We're starting this smoothie off with some frozen peas. I've just quickly blanched them and then refreshed them in cold water so that they stay green. Rich in protein, folate, a little iron as well. And I'm just going to use water in this smoothie. You're welcome to use a plant-based milk if you'd like to. Next up, some pumpkin seeds. These are rich in iron, magnesium, also zinc, which is important for immune health. And to sweeten this smoothie, I'm going to add in some frozen mango. Next up, some ginger. You can keep the peel on, that's absolutely fine. It's all going to get blended up. A good handful of greens. I've got rocket, spinach, and watercress. And then for some more flavor and just sort of zing, I've got some fresh lime here. Once again, like for the lemon, we're going to add some zest and juice. About half a lime zest and the juice of half You could add some ice to this to keep it really nice and cool. I'm hoping that the mango should be sufficient as it is frozen. That is ready to blend now. I'm just halfway through blending and I've decided just going to add about half a banana just to make it slightly creamier. This is of course optional. These smoothies are high protein compared to your standard smoothie. Of course, using a protein powder, you're going to be able to get more protein in there, but next best is definitely the tofu or the soy milk. All of these, you can add in some soy milk if you want to give it an extra boost of protein. But realistically, if you're not going to use soy and you're just going to use seeds and other plant-based ingredients, getting over 15 or 20 grams of protein in a single large glass is pretty much impossible, to be honest, without using a protein powder. But in my opinion, for a smoothie, 15 to 20 grams is a pretty good start. And as an attempt to make this look slightly fancy, you can just add a little wedge of lime to the side. This one's great if you need some energy, full of iron and vitamin C to help you absorb that iron. Really refreshing. I'm actually surprised at how good this is despite all the greens in there. You really can't taste the peas in here, which are giving it a nice protein boost, but you do get the lovely fragrant lime, the ginger, and the mango, which is just super tasty. I am getting a little of the rocket and the watercress, but I actually quite like it. If you want it to be slightly plainer, then just use spinach. Now, although I always give away the recipes for free here on YouTube, I also have a Patreon page where you can get recipe PDFs, bonus content, and you can join the Earthy Goodness group chat where we discuss all things food. It's great fun. So if you're interested, scan the QR code or there'll be a link in the description box. Last but not least, we're making the strawberry beetroot sunrise. It's full of fiber, we've got nitrates from the beetroot, and we've got omega-3 fatty acids in the chia seeds. So really nutritious and also super tasty. First to go in is just some water. Important for hydration, of course, but you can probably work that much out. Next, we've got the beetroot. This is just some pre-cooked beetroot. It came in a vat pack. Beetroot is high in nitrates, which can improve blood flow and help with exercise. I'm going to go for some fresh ginger again in this smoothie. Then the frozen strawberries. Let's try and get them in the cup. And I'm just going to add a little bit of banana left over from the previous smoothie. I've got some chia seeds here, which I've just hydrated in some water. Just for about 20 minutes, this will help the blender really break them up, meaning you'll get all the nutrients from them, most importantly, the omega-3 fatty acids. Also adding in some hemp seeds, rich in, once again, omega-3 fatty acids and protein. And my citrus of choice for this one is going to be orange. Once again, using the zest. You can see there's a theme with these smoothies. I always like to add a little bit of citrus. And we'll go in with the juice as well. I'm just going to go for half an orange because this blended cup is getting rather full, but you can reduce the water and use a little bit more orange if you want. I wasn't planning on adding this, but I think a little turmeric will work quite well. Either fresh or ground. I'm going to use ground. And a little black pepper. This will help you absorb the active components in the turmeric. And that is good to go. Before I add in any more ingredients, let's get this blended up. And to finish this smoothie off, I'm just going to zest over some frozen strawberry. And that is the final smoothie for today. Antioxidant rich and may even help improve your exercise performance. This is probably the wild card of the three, but I still think it's going to taste delicious. Really fruity. Probably not the best smoothie to drink with a white t-shirt. In fact, I've got a little bit on me already, which is not ideal, but really tasty. It sort of starts off with the sweetness of the strawberry, a little bit of freshness from the orange, and then the beetroot is sort of just in the background, which is really lovely. There's also a little spice from the turmeric and black pepper, but it's really subtle, it's in the background, and it's going to make this even more nutritious. Thank you for watching. If you're interested in some more smoothie ideas, check out my previous video here.